myself.
That's a great way to start.
Clapping my hands. That actually really hurt. I don't know why I had to do it so loud like that. Welcome to the girls' room. Today we have Fox Black with us. I have often said that, of course I did have my boyfriend on already, but I have often said that Fox would be the only straight man that I would allow on this podcast, other than my boyfriend, obviously. And I think we can tell the reason why, because Fox is a girly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I was immediately chosen for the girls' room.
You were.
I think I was born for the girls' room. I often use the girls' room.
Yeah.
So,
Got
yeah,
it.
I like how you had to put a lot of context in there about how I wasn't the first, but you were really trying to make me feel better, and I appreciate that.
I wasn't trying to make you feel better.
Oh, okay. So I was the second choice.
You weren't the second choice.
Is the definitive answer.
No, I had the first episode with Josh.
Yeah.
But he doesn't count because he's my boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
And so it was like about me.
Well, I mean, I guess I have no choice but to get on board with this. So that's fine by me. Just a forewarning, Brittany talks in a particular manner, and I often immediately piggyback whenever she talks like that.
You talk the same way.
You talk the same way.
No, we talk the same way.
Okay.
Okay, so to preface words, Fox and I are both Pisces.
Water signs.
Your camera's over there.
Sorry, water signs.
That's my camera. We are water signs.
Yes.
And since we're both Pisces, I think we're very similar in a lot of ways.
Yes. How did we meet?
How did we meet?
That's
a great question. We met at a networking event.
We did.
In our building, or my building, I should say. So I work in a co-work space. This is where Whitcraft Podcast Studio is located, is in the expansive building in Columbia, South Carolina. And we were at a networking event called Professionals on the Patio. Shout out Jonathan.
Jonathan G.
We'll shout him out. And I just saw him, and I immediately knew. I was like, that man is my new gay best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out that you were not, in fact, gay.
Yeah, I'm very straight. It's something that she brings up often, actually.
Because it's...
And most of the time,
tragic.
when we go to networking events, I feel the need to bring a female just to solidify.
Because that happens to you.
Exactly. I do the same thing at family reunions as well, because I don't want my parents to keep asking me.
Oh, so your parents asked too.
Yeah, I remember my dad one time asked me, this was actually a few years ago because I had never brought a woman home.
No, I love this.
He said, I only care about what's in your heart, Fox, not who your heart desires.
No, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and then I said,
so cute.
I'm gay for the females.
Right.
Father. And then it progressed from there, and then he never asked again.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, and I love that.
Yes.
I love that for you. I love that how accepting he was as well.
Well, I mean, you can be accepting, I guess, for having a straight son too. So
they did, in fact, name you Fox Black. So I think maybe they were hoping.
Yeah. Yes. I think that they were maybe trying to. Well, I mean, I got it easy. My sister's name is Sunshine.
Right.
So,
And we love that.
Yeah, she was Sunshine.
Does she go by
Black.
Sunshine?
No, God no.
What did she go by?
Her middle name, which is Hagen. So I call her Hulk Hagen.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah, she was Sunshine for many years, and then she changed it to Olivia, and then that was the nickname I gave her was Olivier.
Oh.
And
you love to give a nickname. Wait, why don't I have a nickname?
I don't know. Maybe we should come up with one right now.
No. Anyways, so today what we were planning to talk about, and then it kind of got derailed for a second there, was what it's like to be a corporate baddie in this corporate environment when you're not the stereotypical corporate girly or boy, I guess. And
what's a baddie?
I think you know.
Oh.
Look at your fur coat right now. I think you know.
You saw that?
Look at your fur. Oh my god.
I dressed myself today, and my mom didn't even help me this morning.
No, let me tell you the story about Fox's outfit.
Which one?
No, only because he got in his goth vest today.
I did. This was the second time.
It was the second time.
Yeah.
I have a bad habit of being really ADHD. And because I have ADHD really badly, I have poor time management skills.
Yes, I've noticed this.
Have you?
Yeah. Didn't need to raise your voice that much, but yeah, I did. I have a few times, actually. I believe that the text messages leading up to this particular event were, hey, what time did we talk about on the phone about 5 minutes ago? I said 2:30. Get a text message at 1 o'clock saying, I'm here. Hurry up.
So, and you did not hurry up.
I got here on time. Is what I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay, but sometimes, if I'm ready, I'm ready, and if I'm not, I'm not.
I get that. I keep forgetting that this is the Britney show and I'm just an extra.
Exactly.
But, it's...
That's my life.
I know. I know.
Main character energy.
Yeah. It's very apparent when you're not around. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
When I'm not around.
Yeah, you weren't at the professionals on the patio. I cried in the bathroom for about 20 minutes, and then I had to actually do my job.
How awful.
Oh my gosh! What was the quote of the day that you've been repeating to me?
I don't know.
My life's so hard.
Oh. Yeah. Is that I do often have a tagline of the day.
Yeah, it is. That's definitely the one.
Well, my life is hard.
Okay, so corporate baddie.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sorry, we're derailing. The train's off the track.
So, I find, with my experience with it, with being a corporate baddie now, because I transitioned from education, and I've only been a corporate baddie for about a year. So I just started the corporate baddie life. And what I'll say is being an education baddie and being a corporate baddie are very different. I was shopping at the Loft.
Wow.
And Taylor Loft,
And Taylor Loft.
And Taylor Loft.
Okay.
I was shopping at Old Navy.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
It was a different time in my life. But that also coincided with before I was finding myself and things like that. So I leaned really hard into the mom life for a little while. Now I find myself, now that I've found my personal style and brand, which is crop tops only, and
not too dissimilar from mine, yeah.
Right, no, it's pretty similar. Yeah, crop tops only, a little bit more revealing, but I think too, we're both very young looking.
Yes.
So that's an experience. That's a whole other experience too. Is not getting taken as seriously and having to prove ourselves more because of the way we present ourselves.
Exactly. I'm literally going to be the definition of a silver fox, but it's probably only going to be when I'm 60. So.
No.
Just saying.
What a tagline.
Yeah.
That was your tagline of the day.
I've maybe thought about it more than the average person, so.
I want to hear your experience.
My experience with being a corporate baddie. So actually, contrary to what everyone tells me who isn't in the business world, this look that I give off, it actually exponentially helps. It actually makes it so that I not only stand out, but I am immediately recognized and I would assume talked about at later times. So what I mean by that is before I started working, because I own a tech company, it's called Gadget Boy, it's here in Columbia as well. Before I took over the tech company, I worked for the Department of Defense and specifically working with the NSA. So
disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer, I guess. It wasn't that impressive. It wasn't that epic. It just sounds impressive.
Yeah.
But I would always get ID'd, and this one particular federal agent stopped me in the middle of the hallway and asked me for my ID. And I already know the whole song and dance, having a mullet, piercings, and tattoos in a very secured government building. You can get your ID checked quite often. So I showed it to him, and he said, quote, "You look like you'd steal our wall art and that you cheat on your wife." And I said, "Sir, that's very specific."
That's so specific.
Like,
how you
did
cheat
someone
on your
hurt
wife?
you? Did someone hurt you? More like, is someone stealing your wall art? The inspirational one with like the cat hanging off like the tree branch, like, hang in there. Like,
that is very specific, and I
very
feel like something did happen
I
to
feel
him.
like something happened to him, yeah.
He was taking it out on you, and something
Yes,
absolutely happened
exactly.
to him with someone with a mullet.
Yes.
Or a goth boy.
Or someone stole his art and his wife.
Well, if he's a
With a
federal
mullet.
agent, maybe he's seen someone like you who is like an art thief.
Yes. See, that was what I originally, I think, was going for as my look. But in that
I
setting,
love that.
but in that, like a magician or an art thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, magician not so much, but art thief I love.
Well, I used to have a twisty mustache. That's how I kept it for a long time.
I'm really glad you don't do that anymore.
I don't do that anymore.
And I'm really glad about it.
I wanted an 80s porno stash is what I was going for. But now I just feel like I just don't care. So that's what I go for now. But getting back, so in that setting, this didn't help.
Mm-hmm.
This look did not help at all. It was actually causing more wrenches to be thrown into the machine than anything else because they didn't think that I was supposed to be where I was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I had some reservations about going back into the corporate world when I was a corporate recruiter for AT&T for the corporate level. And I then realized very quickly that it was, in fact, a perk overall. And in conversations, most of the time I can get sized up very quickly. But once I start communicating, they realize that I am educated and that I know my craft and that I have the ability to be comfortable in most situations when it comes down to the business world. And also, I am picked out of a crowd. In a world full of
Bobs.
Yes.
You're a fox.
I'm a fox. Yeah. And I've been able to make great advances even in my current company's career just by the look alone. So, in fact, I've actually probably doubled down on it a lot more. The more extreme, the more showy, the more fur, the more crop toppy. I've actually been pretty surprised in most settings. No one ever says anything, and they remember me all the time.
I do wonder, is it because you're a man, and is that why I don't get that same treatment?
I'm not well. I think there's a combination of maybe two different things. Okay. There's a new restaurant in town. It's called Tupelo Honey. It's phenomenal. It's great.
I love Tupelo Honey.
I went to the ribbon cutting. And normally I go to all the ribbon cuttings in the city because it's a really easy way for me to sell my business, make sure that I can refer them, they can refer me. It's a B2B transaction, normally by the end of the day. But there are two things that I think that I have an advantage over, okay? One is that I will always make a personal relationship before a business one. Every single time. Every single time. Because it'll always turn into a business one eventually. But using yesterday as an example, there were about 3 different crowds of people. There was the local leaders of Columbia, the mayor, his aides, the economic development team. They were all in one hub. Then there were the corporate officials for Tupelo Honey, and then there was just everyone else. Walking up to the mayor, for instance, he immediately recognizes me. Definitely because of the look. He knows what my name is. We communicate often, and it's a good friendship we have, and I'm able to be within sort of his inner circle. The one thing that I have that's going for it is definitely the look. Like, you got to look, girl. But mine's definitely a lot more showy, I feel like.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so that's what one advantage over, let's say, using you and I as an example. The second is I literally go to everything.
You do.
I literally go, today I have already been to one event I met up with one client, and I'm gonna go to another one at 4. Like, and all of it is just networking.
Right.
Yeah. So my advantage is that I am not married and I don't have a kid.
You're everywhere.
and I don't sleep. Yeah.
Okay. I hear ya.
Mm-hmm.
I hear what you're.
But being a man, pretty nice.
Would you consider yourself a normal man though?
No, God no. So not in the corporate world. I do get laughed at. I get laughed at a good bit, and I wouldn't have expected that to be the case. I would expect people to not say anything, but like, it's mainly couples past their 40s, and it's mainly in scenarios that would be like waiting for coffee or waiting for a table or walking on the street. Yes. But it's so funny because my perspective on that is not that I would ever be offended by it. It's just they'll remember me, but I don't think about them at all. Mm-hmm. Because, like, it's easy to stand out. So
right.
I've learned to take it to the chest. And if I cared about what people thought, I probably wouldn't walk around like this. But I love it. I love every second of it. And it's a form of control.
It is a form of control, but I'm going to challenge that, though.
Yeah, of course, by all means.
Because I think that you do care what people think.
I think certain people, yes. I think that most would, but
No, I think that you care about what you're presenting to other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just definitely unapologetically my version of it.
Right.
Yeah. Like, and whether or not they agree with it does not matter to me.
Right, that part.
It's like you don't need
their approval.
You know, I learned a valuable lesson in a very long-term relationship I had, and the woman was gorgeous without makeup. Without makeup. And I would often tell her, like, you don't need to wear it. But, you know, after, you know, the relationship ended, and hindsight's in 2020, like, it wasn't for me. She wasn't doing it for me. She was doing it for her. And, like, you know, that's how I present myself as well. Like, I don't do it for them. Like, I mean, I do it for me because this is, like, more comfortable. I was sending Brittany pictures of myself when I was a wee lad, you know, in more of my awkward stages, just to see the transition, you know.
No, I loved it.
Yeah.
I did like your hair shorter.
Yeah, most people say that, but most people.
I understand. Yeah. I understand that you love your mullet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would take a lot. It would take a lot
to take it away.
Yeah, I put it in a samurai pony sometimes.
And I do like that.
Yeah,
I like the man bun.
Yeah, it's a samurai pony. All right, and that's just for me.
Okay. Sure. Samurai bun. Bun? What did you
pony.
say? Pony. But it's not a pony, though.
It's a samurai pony.
But it's not a pony, though. Because it's a bun, though.
So what's it like being a corporate baddie? What advantages and disadvantages have you come across being, you know?
I would say that I do look really young. And I think people automatically assume that I don't know what I'm talking about, and they'll often dismiss what I'm saying because I look young, and they think that I haven't been doing this for very long, when in fact I have been doing it for a long time, and I do in fact know what I'm talking about. And so I get that a lot, or like older men who just want to flirt with me. I get that a lot.
Yeah. Like
older men coming up to me and trying to flirt with me instead of like, and when we're at networking events and stuff, that happens quite often. And they don't want to actually know what I do. They just want to have like witty banter with me.
And then,
like, that's it. So that's annoying.
Okay.
For me. But I do think that the way I dress probably
solidifies it a little.
Doesn't help my case. I could dress like more matronly.
Yeah, but like then you don't stand out.
But then I feel comfortable in my clothes, and my style is more casual and crop toppy.
So from a guy's perspective, this is probably something that we don't think about. Like, and I know, because I know that, like, I'm not necessarily automatically thinking about that kind of stuff. So when you're saying that, like, would you say that a percentage, a fairly large percentage of people who are just more attracted to you than what you're actually offering,
Yeah.
then that would be a difficult.
It's annoying.
Yeah, that would be a difficult terrain to maneuver through.
It is, and it's also annoying because it's like old men who are clearly married.
Yeah.
Too, and
Makes
I'm
sense.
like, why are you talking to me? First of all, how dare you? The audacity. Like, no, what?
So networking for you is entirely a different
Experience.
Yeah, experience.
1,000% it is.
Yeah. Do not get me wrong though. There are women and men out there that do attempt to try. Like at
No,
least with me.
100%.
But it's nothing that would be so bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not even really bold, I would say, but like the hand on the lower back thing.
Is that a thing?
Oh my god.
I can't even imagine even touching anybody at a networking event.
Oh my god.
Like,
Happens all the time.
okay.
It's really annoying. But it's
Is that why you hang around me?
Exclusively older men. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're comfortable.
Okay. Hey,
And then the other
now
thing
I know.
is too, girls
Yeah.
don't really come up to me either.
Yeah. Okay. Why?
That one I don't know.
Okay.
I
Do you think it's like baseline, like the first thoughts that come to my mind? Do you think that would be it? Like it's just like a territorial thing, like you're attractive and there could
I
be some
honestly
intimidation?
I don't know. I
Okay.
feel like that's been an experience I've always had in my life.
Yeah.
Is that girls don't.
Well, guys don't tend to come up to me unless I go up to them.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
But I
And then
assume
I'm
that
usually intimidated
Yeah.
to talk to girls because they're just smarter than boys, and I want them to like me immediately. Men, I don't care. I don't care if they like me or not.
Yeah.
Because I am a man hater.
No.
And because I'm a man hater, I really it's so much easier for me to go up and talk to a man because first of all, I know that they're probably going to try to flirt with me, which automatically gives me an advantage.
Makes sense. I mean,
I don't like it. It's annoying when they do it to me, but I know that they're going to try.
Yeah.
And I've been dealing with it for such a long time. You know, I'm in my 30s. You know, I'm not
a 20-year-old bebop.
But they think I am though.
Yeah.
They think I am, which makes it creepier.
Yeah.
Makes it even more creepy.
You've never gone to like any of like the corporate bank gatherings, have you?
No. Why?
That is definitely something you probably should not maybe attempt to then, because like whatever we've experienced is like nothing compared to like some of the glass ceiling type of stuff that I've been to.
I'm sure.
Yeah, like in that sense, I do get like dressed up. I do put on a suit, but it's something that I've noticed is there's a different. Oh my gosh, I know I apologize for like mentioning it like this, but there's a difference between like bringing a date and then having like an arm candy. My dad was very, very high up in Pfizer. He was in the corporate life in Pfizer, and he had really nice cars. He had like a Porsche, like a really nice turbo powered Mini Cooper, like a truck, all this stuff. And he'd always tell me that he didn't want it, but he had to have it, as in like it was more of a like to be seen.
A requirement.
Yeah, it was sort of a requirement. You have to give off this indication that
you have to give off a certain vibe.
Yeah,
and
of success, and that was like what corporate America was. And I didn't think that was necessarily the case when I started getting into my own circles of the corporate world here in Columbia, until I started going to the bank gatherings, and that's when I really noticed that like
the finance
the women like in this room are just kind of arm candy. Like I couldn't like really communicate with them like the guys. Does that make
it
I
does.
don't know. Yeah, and
it does.
It's
there
just,
are girlies who are arm candy.
Yeah.
And I wish I was one of them.
I
wish I was.
I brought some arm candy. You met arm candy one time. And that was about it. Like,
Was that
Yes.
arm candy?
That was short enough to definitely be arm candy.
No, I don't think that was arm candy.
Are you sure?
Is that what arm candy looks like at the bank gatherings?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're talking about the same person, right? I think you've only met one.
I've only met one.
Yeah, so that's
so
probably
it's
it.
only one person. It could be.
Yes.
Okay. I would look like a positive prude at those events, comparatively. No shade, by the way. This is not me throwing shade.
No shade.
This is not me throwing shade. Girlies, those kind of girlies,
yeah,
they're on another level.
Mm-hmm.
I am not there.
Like,
I don't know. I don't even know how to get to that level.
Great girl, but definitely arm candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
So it's like more of like a.
It was a transactional thing, and I think that like that was a good lesson for me to realize that this wasn't probably her first rodeo. You know?
Yeah. Well, she was very outgoing.
Very much so.
I mean, she talked to everybody.
Yeah, she was very visually appealing as well. Like, and that's.
She was. I definitely couldn't stop staring. I mean,
Same here.
I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, okay, wow. That's different than I mean, like, because, you hear about, like, escorts.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because, and that's kind of like what you're talking about.
Of course. Well, in that sense, in those circles, at least from what I wouldn't assume that would be the case for all of them.
They're more
but
like
I wouldn't,
wives that are just like
I wouldn't
like
be surprised if that was the case. Like,
at those events.
Yes.
Like that's like kind of the vibe I'm thinking of when you're saying this.
Yes.
Is like an escort, which like honestly and truly, that's wild to me and insane to me that a girl can like even like fake it like that, because and I mean maybe they're not being like faking it, but like gosh,
well, see,
to be like by a man and just like be like cute and like not like say anything, that takes like a different kind of strength.
I've seen it now
that I don't possess.
And I had corporate America experience before I moved to Columbia, but when I moved to Columbia, that's when I really saw it, because this is a bank hub. This is a corporate bank, city.
I'm gonna need you to take me to one of these.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're definitely.
No, I have to go. I need to meet these people.
Well, I thought it was not. I didn't think that it was like the norm. Like I didn't know. I thought that the networking that you and I were doing was just how it is all around the city, but it's really not.
No, but that's my favorite kind of place to be.
Yeah.
Because I love to make fun of them to their faces, and usually they don't know. They don't know that's what I'm doing.
I would say even, again, in some of the experiences I've had, I think they'd like that.
Oh my God! No, I have to go.
I think they'd be kind of into that.
I need to.
Yeah.
Love it.
But that in
These
itself,
are my people.
that in itself is just so funny to me, because again, it really does solidify the what the heck does it actually mean to be a corporate baddie? Like how do we get into this world? Because when I think about the people that
so
I was hanging out with 5 years ago.
Corporate baddie is different. But okay, so let's back up a little bit on that topic, because this is brand new information that you're just telling me about, and I'm kind of.
Well, I don't really kiss and tell a lot of the stuff.
I'm kind of mad you haven't invited me to one of those events, but that's fine.
Okay.
There's a reason.
Well, I mean, like, I just know how you are.
After 4.
I'm gonna like bring you with me, and then be like, you're just gonna make fun of the dude.
Well, of course I am.
You can be like, Fox, it was really nice to meet you. I'll call you.
No.
I'll call you.
I can fake it.
Okay.
I can fake it.
Yeah.
I can pretend to be arm candy for the night.
Yeah. Like mine or theirs?
No, yours.
Oh, okay. So then they wouldn't say anything to you.
Say anything about what?
Well, they just wouldn't try to talk to you. Or at least I wouldn't assume as much. I mean, like I felt uncomfortable every single time I was having a one-sided conversation with like that particular person.
Oh, so I can't.
Like if I'm talking to them, like there are certain things that I absolutely would agree on, that like, okay, it's a man's world. Like there are certain things that in day-to-day life that I think is like very mutual now, but like when I got to that point, I was like very like, okay, it just goes back to like 100 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, very nuclear.
But this is why I really need to experience this.
Yeah, of course.
I want to be there for this.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to figure this out. I can.
I think you should probably be available after 4 sometimes.
No, I can.
Okay.
I can like one time.
Let's make sure that your boyfriend's on board.
He's not gonna care.
Okay, cool, good.
He has zero jealousy. Him and I were actually talking about this yesterday.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. That's like the ideal situation.
No. We were talking. Is it?
Yeah, like not having being comfortable enough with your person.
because he knows how obsessed with him I am.
Yeah.
So I don't think it, like, even bothers him at all in any way. But we were talking about that yesterday, how, like, I kind of, like, get a little butthurt about it, that he doesn't get jealous ever.
Ooh, okay.
Because I'm like, why are you never, like, if I, like, talk about something, you're never, like, you never say anything to me about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, you know, if I'm calling you during family time, you know, he doesn't say anything to you after we hang out? Like, dang, that sucks. I'd be kind of, like, playing it off a little bit, you know?
No,
like, oh, you know,
not.
just a girl from work.
No, why would I do that? Oh, to make him jealous.
Yeah, just to see if...
No, I don't want to make him jealous, but it's nice to feel that, like, oh, my man, like...
He liked me.
He likes me. But he's, like, so, like, no.
Damn.
I know you're not going to do anything because if you were doing something...
Because I'm the best.
I would know.
Yeah.
I think that's his philosophy, is, like, if I was doing something, he would know that I was doing something.
Okay. That makes sense.
I don't think he would.
So, okay, so if he's on board on that, I will let you know, I guess, next time something pops up.
I can't wait to go to one of these events with you. I want to go in there.
I get that.
How do I get in there?
I get that.
Do you go in there?
I go in there.
Why can't I go in there with you?
I just, it depends on what it is and what's going on.
You're not going to let me go in there with you.
I'm going to let you go in there.
He's not going to let me go in there with him.
I'm going to let her go in if I get the invite to go in.
Okay, so you have to be invited.
Yes,
you
of course.
Don't
I'm
have
not paying that membership, no.
Okay.
I don't do that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I can deal with that.
Yeah.
I thought that maybe you were, like, going there.
Oh, you mean like
you had
I was an exclusive man?
And then you're definitely not going to invite me with you.
No, it's not that.
I don't think you're going to invite me either way.
If there's one thing that
you're like, she's going to embarrass me, I definitely am not inviting her.
No. If there's one thing that I've been able to do is I can at least get invitation to things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah, you can. You just got to leave your house more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So to preface, well, it's not really preface, it's an after. But I have told Fox, and this is just true at any part of my life, that I don't leave my house after 4 p.m. And that's very true for me. It takes a lot for me to leave my house after 4 p.m. Because I'm an introvert. I am not extroverted. Though. You are not an introvert.
And no one believes me, but I will tell you that I absolutely recharge alone.
No, and I hear that, but extroverts can still recharge. Like on Myers-Briggs, you are not an introvert.
I am definitely 100%. I will always identify as an introvert because it's what I naturally go to. Like if I don't hold myself accountable, I will hide in the house and play video games butt naked and eat ice cream all day.
Same.
Like that's.
Although I won't sit around naked.
That's my animalistic tendency. That's what I want.
Same.
Yeah, that's what I work so hard for now is that maybe I revert back to caveman.
Thank you for joining
me
on the girls' room. This has been a really great episode. I always love our witty banter.
Of course.
Our combos.
Yeah. So if anybody learned anything from what it's like being a baddie in here, big takeaways. You can have arm candy that are not escorts.
No, that's good to know because I do want to be arm candy for one of these events, and I'm definitely not an escort.
Yeah. Same.
Again, no shade.
Yeah.
I want it to be known. No shade. That takes a different kind of strength and a different kind of girl than who I am as a human. I can't really hide my facial features. Like I can't hide when I'm having a thought. It's just on my face.
Yeah. But that's what I
have to
go
really
by.
be thinking about it, or I have to have it like already in the back of my head. Like okay.
But this is something that you and I both have a strength with, and this is something that I say all the time. Is that at the end of the day, I'm just going to unapologetically be myself. Regardless of whatever. Like, I am going to go into that corporate meeting, like, at the bank in my goth vest.
And I think, though, too, that the difference there between you and I with that is that you think about it, whereas I have no thoughts about it.
Okay.
I'm just myself because I don't know another way to be. I'm not purposely this way. I don't purposefully act the way I act, you know? I just am.
Nothing wrong with being am.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
We could keep talking, but I don't want to edit an hour-long video.
That's a lot. Yeah. I think we've reached 43 minutes.
43 minutes.
That's a rough one.
Join us next time on The Girls Room. Bye. This episode of The Girls Room is brought to you by Whitcraft Podcast Studio, located in the heart of Soda City, Columbia, South Carolina. Available for podcasting, videography, and photography studio rentals and editing services. For more information about Whitcraft, visit podcastcolumbia.com. And Whit Group, a full-service digital marketing and performance advertising agency specializing in inbound lead generation, SEO, ads management, and more. For more information, visit whitgroupagency.com. Thank you for watching The Girls Room. For more episodes, visit Whitcraft Podcast Studio on YouTube or follow us at Whitcraft Studios on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.